Percy King here. Today I'm going to talk about something a little interesting. You ever notice sometimes that somebody will say something and it will be so profoundly stupid that you think that you're like in some type of echo chamber or the Twilight Zone or something like that. One specific thing that I saw not too long ago, this little blonde lady, she was talking about daddy issues, and then she said, well, isn't it kind of interesting, at least I find it interesting, that men are trying to fault a girl for not being able to keep her father around. That's not her fault that she has daddy issues because of that. I was like, that's like aggressively stupid. That's not what daddy issues is about at all. And when you really look at it, what it boils down to is daddy issues are females' way of always blaming the father for how they turn out. Doesn't make a difference what he does. He can't win. If he's not a part of their life, no matter why he wasn't a part of their life, whether it's the mother kept him away or he, died or whatever it might be, whatever bad thing she does or whatever she lacks or whatever, it's because he wasn't around. It's the father's fault. She has daddy issues. Now, if he's too strict, pastors' daughters, the biggest harlots. Some of them had more penis than Trojans. I mean, my goodness. They were the biggest freaks in the world. So he's really strict. He's really religious. He's trying to put love into her, tell her how to do things, and still it's his fault because he was too strict. He put too much love into her. It's just still his fault. Not her fault that it's not her fault that she steals. It's not her fault that she a floozy. It's not her fault that she's stupid. It's not her fault that she messed up her scholarship. Not her fault she cheated on a boyfriend. Not her fault she cheated on her husband. It all's because she grew up too religious. It's the man's fault. Now, if he is too nice, if he doesn't have enough discipline, then he just wasn't enough of a disciplinarian. If he had done this, if he had done that, maybe she'd have some discipline. Maybe she wouldn't be all out there. Maybe she wouldn't be a freak. Maybe she wouldn't be that. He should have been more of a man to her. He should have. Okay, so it's still his fault. Or, well, he's a little feminine, so now she don't know how to deal with real men because she never had one around. The mother she was the boss and that's what she grew up seeing. So now she may not even like men, or she, thinks that she's supposed to run over men. So therefore, no matter what happens, there's always a way to spin daddy issues to make it so that it's the man's fault. So don't make it in what you do as a father. If something turns out wrong, something's amiss, if there's some flaw that she has, it's not her fault. It's going to be daddy's fault. A good deed. At some point in time, that stuff needs to cease. At some point in time, you need to take responsibility for the things you've done, who you are, and as an adult, you understand that you turned out this way. There are plenty of people who had terrible circumstances, but they didn't turn out to be terrible people. There are plenty of people who had an awful lot of bad people around them, but they persisted. They realized right from wrong, and they just decided not to do it. Now, it's not to say that your environment doesn't contribute to who you are, but for those people who are always looking to blame somebody else for their fuckery, it just doesn't work. So, as always, like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think about it. Some of you be mad, like, oh, sometimes it is a father's fault. That's not what this conversation is about. It's not about whether or not, somebody may have done something a little different, whatever. We're talking about exactly what I said. Why it's always going to be his fault if there's going to be a flaw to make a difference what he has done. There's always a way to spin it so that it's his fault. And most of the time it's not. All right, we'll talk soon.